welcome to Stogie Boy Pigskin Preview Week 7. This is Glenn, my buddy Paulie. Before we begin, I'm smoking a, what is this, a Don Raphael. I think Victor Sinclair makes those.
That's right.
Very inexpensive cigar, but a distinctive flavor. I love this cigar.
Yeah, really smooth, fairly mild.
What do you got over there?
I have Nestor Miranda 1989. This is a terrific medium body smoke. We have this on special. We'll talk a little bit about it later in the show.
Well, listen, Paulie, this week got a special guest.
Special guest? Come on, you've been saying that for 4 weeks already at least.
Special guest. Listen, there is going to be a reward. Let me just say this: there will be a reward for our undying allegiance to the Buffalo Bills.
Really, boy, you have
That's what I'm saying.
You have my interest piqued.
So listen,
when I see it, though.
Absolutely. Listen, before we get into the Week 7, though, what are you thinking about Week 6?
Some great football was played for sure. Some very interesting things happened. The Lions finally got their first loss at the hand of San Francisco. Great game, back and forth the whole way. Both teams could have won it there at the end. And
Harbaugh needs a cigar, though. Right?
I think both of them do.
Yeah, I think they both need cigars. We're actually have a call out now for a cigar summit for those two.
Little known fact, Glenn, I don't even know if you know this, but the first guy in there to try to break up that little scuffle between Harbaugh and Schwartz was a Stogie guy. He had a cigar in his mouth.
Is
and
that
everything.
true?
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll show that.
Check it out. Check out the video.
Well, what about the Packers? Is anybody going to beat those guys?
I don't think so. You know, they continue to roll, and they're beating teams by incredible margins.
And they play who? Minnesota.
Minnesota next week, who just can't seem to get their act together. So I think it's going to be a long time before you see them lose.
Well, finally, there's a sleeper team, Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
What's going on there?
Absolutely. They are stronger than I ever gave them credit for. And Andy Dalton's playing well. He's an efficient guy, and he's leading. That young guy is leading that team.
Well, I know he's your guy. I'm still not stuck on him. We'll talk about Week 7. Thanks.
Okay, Glenn, our first game to review today is Atlanta at Detroit. Detroit, as we know, lost last week, first game of the season. They're 5-1, leading the NFC North, and Atlanta is at 3-3 coming into Detroit here.
Yep.
What do you think about this game?
Well, it's interesting. You have Detroit. It's a young team. Everyone was wondering when their balloon would deflate. And it's just a matter of how deflated they are right now. San Francisco beat them, but San Francisco's obviously a very good team.
Yeah.
And it's really going to, you have Atlanta, who's a little more established. Atlanta had a very good game against Carolina. They won by 2 touchdowns.
That's right.
Shut down Cam Newton for the most part in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Atlanta is going to cover this, what is it, about 4 or 5 points.
Yeah.
I think they're actually going to beat Detroit.
Wow. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, I'm polar opposite of you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Detroit is mad. They lost that game. They were in it the whole way. It was back and forth. Could have won at the end there. And they're seeing red now. Watch out, Atlanta. The Detroit and Stafford and Calvin Johnson are going to eat up the secondary of Atlanta. Absolutely.
Well, first of all, where'd you get the black shirt? What's this? Is that Atlanta's color?
It's my Guido Raiders.
What is that shirt?
It's my Guido shirt here.
I thought you were dressing for Happy Days, like Fonzie. Dedication to Fonzie. You all right? So listen, I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
You're all caught up on this Detroit bandwagon. I was also, but first of all, Atlanta's coach Smith is much stronger than Schwartz. So if they have a little fist fight, I think he's starting to take down Schwartz. That's first thing. Secondly, just overall, I know Julio Jones and Roddy White a little banged up. I think Atlanta and their defense, front seven, are going to be able to stop Detroit, similar to San Francisco, and they're just going to win the game. I don't want to.
Well, Javid Best is going to have a breakout game again. He struggled the last couple of weeks, going to break out in this one.
He's going to break backwards like Barry Sanders used to run.
All right.
All right.
Detroit by 6.
No, Atlanta's going to win by 3. All right, Paulie. Guess what time it is?
Miller time.
Now, listen to me. We're about to be rewarded for our fervent support of the Buffalo Bills, our special guest.
You're not going to snow me again.
Listen, I'm telling you, you're not going to believe
that.
What's up, man?
Thurman Thomas.
What's going on, brother? How you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing?
Comes through.
I told you I was going to come through for you, man.
Comes through.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back soon. All right, Paulie, this is the biggest thing ever happened to Stogie Boy Pigskin Preview.
For sure.
You know, our man Thurman Thomas, NFL Hall of Famer, Buffalo Bills extraordinaire, right? What do you think? What do you think about our little guest here, Paul?
Greatest running back to ever play in the NFL.
Really?
And our humble opinion here.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than Barry Sanders?
Better than Barry Sanders.
Wow. Walter Payton?
Absolutely.
Oh, way better than Walter Payton.
Jim Brown?
All-purpose back.
Oh, okay.
Certainly.
Well, if you're talking all-purpose, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Thurman,
Yeah.
you know what we do here.
Yeah.
StogieBoys.com.
Know exactly what you do.
You know what I'm saying? We enjoy cigar smoking,
Yeah.
Stogie girls, and so forth. You smoke cigars?
Yeah, I smoked, back in the day when I was a little kid, I started off with the Black and Milds, but now,
Paul still got the black.
as I kind of moved up and got older a little bit, I started hanging around people like Bruce Smith who smoke cigars. There's only a couple that I really like smoking, Opus X.
Yeah, very good one.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet. Those are about the only two that I really go at.
Opus is strong, man.
Yeah, I know. I can deal with it, though.
All right.
I can deal with it, though.
All right. Well, what about, let's talk Buffalo Bills,
Let's do it.
right? You're working a little bit with the Bills now?
Yeah, I actually do a television show for the Buffalo Bills. I tape it every Tuesday. It comes on Saturday night and Sunday morning before the game. So, we have a special guest. We talk about the keys to the game, which I think what they should do to win the football game, and then we talk about the following opponent. So it's pretty
I think
good.
it's only fair, right, Paulie, that
Yeah.
since he's our special guest, I think the Stogie Boy should be your special guest. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking. Listen.
I can probably work that into the contract. I can probably work that into the contract.
We'll let that pass. But what do you think about the Bills this season?
Well, obviously, at this point right now, I don't think anybody probably thought that they would be 4-2. It's very surprising, but if you look at the first 6 games of the season, the team can very well be 6-0.
Yeah.
But they're not, and but I think the one thing I like about this football team is that they won't quit. They won't quit no matter what, and sure, they've had a couple of bumps in the road and with the 2 losses that they probably could have won, but I like the attitude of the team. I think Chan Gailey and Buddy Nix are doing an excellent job of preparing these guys week in and week out, and they're bringing the players in that they want to be on this football team, and really in the last year or so getting rid of the players that they don't think can help this football team. So I gotta take my hats off. I'm very proud of this very young football team.
I think, Thurman, the only guys that weren't surprised at this start are the Bills themselves. They got a lot of confidence, really, and it shows when they play, right?
Yeah, it really does. And I talked to Chan Gailey last year. He was actually my offensive coordinator my last year when I played with Miami. So, and the one thing that he talked about ever since he's been here is that when you go on that football field, have the confidence to know that you're going to win.
Right.
And that's what he talked to me about when we were playing back in the 90s. That, you guys went out there and you guys had the confidence to know that, hey, you're going to win.
Yeah.
You're going to find a way to win. And even if you do lose, it's going to be a struggle for the other team.
Yeah.
And so that's what these guys are building on, and it's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, not to put you on the spot, but aside from the Bills,
Yeah.
who's your Super Bowl team this year? Who do you think's going to win it?
Well, I picked these guys last year, and they won it. Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah, go on a limb, why don't you?
Well, you know what? Because I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. I liked him when he was at University of Cal.
Yeah.
And when the Green Bay Packers showed, and I said, that guy's going to be a great quarterback.
Yeah.
And I said that way back when, and I'm sticking to it again. He hasn't slowed down since last year. They're the only undefeated team now that's left, and they got a lot of their weapons back, and they just beat Atlanta 2 weeks ago in Atlanta again, and just got rid of the Rams. So, I mean, they're the team to beat right now. I don't see any reason why I should pick any different. So, Green Bay Packers probably Super Bowl champion.
All right. Well, you know, we certainly appreciate you stopping by, giving support to the Stogie Boys and StogieBoys.com.
StogieBoys.com.
Just for a minute, though, we're going to do our quick picks. All right. It'll take another minute or so. Maybe you could give us some thoughts on a few games. All right.
All right.
All right. Sound good. All right, time for our quick pick segment. It's a pleasure to have Thurman in here. Paulie, let's go fast. Ready, guys? San Diego is playing at the Jets. The Jets are currently 1.5-point favorites. What do you think there, Paulie?
San Diego's on a 3-game win streak, coming off a bye. I think Rivers and the offense for San Diego is too much for New York.
I hate the Jets. I hate them. I hate them.
That was just my plain and simple answer right there. I hate the Jets, so I'm going San Diego.
There you go. Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by 3. They had a bye week last week. I'm actually going to go with Tennessee in this game. Houston looked a little banged up there. They lost by 2 touchdowns in Baltimore. You know, it's going to be a question mark as to, you know, maybe Andre Johnson could get back, you know, to it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Thurman?
I think I'm going to go with Tennessee on that one.
All right. Paulie?
I'm going to Houston.
Really?
Got
Wow.
too many weapons for Tennessee to deal
Do you
with.
like
And
his shirt?
Hasselbeck is up and down.
Yeah, I like
Do you like Paulie's shirt?
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. Washington at Carolina. Who's favored in that, Paulie?
Carolina by 3.
All right. What do you say?
1-5 team, favored by 3.
Yeah, but Washington got their ass kicked by
Washington, that's right. Washington's a very mediocre team. I said it the last couple of weeks, I think Carolina's going to take this one. They're tough, they're winning.
What do you think about Cam Newton?
He's putting up numbers. They just don't have the talent there to
A couple of years, right?
Yeah, he just don't have. They just don't have the talent to win ball games at the end. So I'm gonna pick Carolina in that game just because if Carolina beat them, Washington will come here the next week, go to Toronto, and you know they playing the Bills. So
yeah.
Chicago at Tampa. Tampa's favored by 1. Very, very impressive game. You know, which Tampa Bay Bucks team's going to show up? Yeah, they got smacked by, who was it? Before.
49ers.
49ers.
Yeah. And then came back and beat the Saints.
A lot of confidence coming into this game for
I'm taking
Tampa.
Chicago.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. I'm taking Chicago. I don't believe in Josh Freeman yet. I just don't. Ernest Graham looked good, though.
Oh, but you know what? That game is in Tampa. That's in London.
Yeah.
That's in London. That's what
in
I'm saying.
London. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a tough one. I really don't care. I pick Tampa.
You're going to pick Tampa.
Yeah.
In the last game, we have Baltimore minus 8.5 at Jacksonville. Come on now. Baltimore beat Houston by 2 touchdowns. Why are you laughing?
I mean,
8.5.
that's easy.
Easy. They're going to cover?
Yeah.
You said they're going to cover.
Baltimore to cover. Come on.
Jacksonville.
You got a rookie quarterback.
He looked pretty good. They almost beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh ain't what they used to be.
What do you
got
say?
Ed Reed back there. That's at least 2 picks for a touchdown. And Ray Lewis. You can't. That defense. That team is playing well right now. I'm going with Baltimore, and you know you can take the points if you want to.
Maurice Jones-Drew. What are you, jealous?
It don't matter.
Come on. 3 names.
How many yards did Arian Foster?
What's
get
your middle
against-
name? Thurman
How
Thomas?
many yards did Arian Foster get against Baltimore?
Listen, I don't
Like
know all these
46.
things. You think we prepare for these things?
46 yards. Do you think Maurice Jones will get more than that?
We're going to start a movement. Thurman Lee Thomas. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's it for this segment.
Okay, Glenn. This is my favorite segment of the show, except for today's special guest, which you really did come through on,
Listen,
by the way.
I told you.
Stogie Pick of the Week. My pick this week is Nestor Miranda, 1989. This is an unbelievable cigar, really.
89's a good year.
It's an underdog cigar for sure. And not a lot of people know about it, but it's very flavorful. It's medium-bodied, made in the famed Don Pepin Garcia factory in Nicaragua. It's really great. We have a special $15.95 for a 5-pack.
Get out.
Nestor Miranda,
Come on.
1989.
You-
Unbelievable
Paulie,
deal.
I'm making a decision next week. Agreed?
I know all these. When I'm thinking about all these people out there, they want to try these cigars, Glenn. I can't help myself.
All right. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys joining us this week for Pigskin Preview week number 7. Look forward to next week. Anything else, Polly?
No, enjoy the games.
All right, salute.